Hey, hello. Welcome back, guys. On the last tutorial, we talked about HTML line breaks and spacing. On this video, we are going to discuss about HTML headings and paragraphs. But before we do that, let's just delete this one so we have a clear space. Now headings are very essential when it comes to web design, right? Because headings, this is what is used to structure your websites, Now, but before I explain much about that, let's see what are headings. Now we have heading from 1, it's heading 1. So these are what is called headings, right? Now this is HTML heading 1. And this is the biggest one. We have HTML heading 2. And let's go again. We have HTML heading 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Now these are headings. This is what are called headings. We have from 1 to 5. Now the bigger the number, the smaller or the least important that heading is. Now let's say heading 1, right? Let's just copy this, Control and C, and paste here. I'm adding 2, Control C, I'm adding 3, I'm adding 6, right? Now if you save this, come to the browser, you refresh, you will see. Now you see I'm adding 1 is the biggest, and the smallest is adding 6. Now the bigger the number, the smaller the text, Now headings are very important when it comes to HTML design, because it when the web browser, let's say like web browser such as Google Chrome, Safari, Firefox, when they scan or call, they have a robot that goes about every day, that go about the world and call websites for in order for it to index the website, how important they allow. We will talk about that more as we progress on this course. But let's say if you have a web design website, right? And then let's say your most important heading is HTML tutorial for beginners, right? So this is your most important one, right? From here. Now this one, let's say if a user goes to Google Chrome, right? And then they search for HTML tutorial for beginners. Automatically, your website is going to display higher. It's going to display maybe first or second, depends on the search result. Why? Because you stated that this is your most important heading. So the browser know that, oh, this website has this type of content. So it will show your website first. But let's say if you put this down here, HTML, this title down here, use an heading 6, it will not show your website because it sees it like, this is not so important on your website. That's why you structure your website content based on the most important one. Now mind you, don't use heading to make text bigger or bold. We have other ways we can do it. We use CSS, styling. You don't use just because of something is not important, but you want it to look bigger. You use HTML heading 1. That will not be good, right? Now, if you want this to become bigger, this it's heading 6. You can simply use CSS, this styling, this inline styling. These are called inline styling. You just say font size. Let's say if you want 50 pixel, you save, Control S from here. You see, it's bigger. Now this despite it's an heading 6, but through CSS we have made it bigger. So you can do that instead of just using, but it will show this still as less important. It will show this as the most important, right? So mind you, if you want to use, you want something to appear bigger or bold, use CSS instead of just use headings. Headings they should be used for things that are important on the website. Now let's discuss about paragraphs. So let's discuss next about paragraphs, right? Now we have been using paragraphs throughout our lesson, but let's just discuss about it here. Let's say we have this paragraph. You say my name is Ishmael Sharif. I am a web developer and a programmer, right? Okay. So if you save, you will expect now, but let's just see what happens, right? Mind you, we have all these ones on a different line, right? Now let's just see here. Let's save. It's Control S. Mind you, we have all this on a separate line. This is one line. This is one line. But they are all in a single paragraph. Well, let's see what happens. Control S. Come to the browser. Let's see. But what happens? They are all on a single line. But despite we they are all on the code on the source code, they are on a different line. But when the browser displays them, it displays them as a single line. Now the reason why the browser sees this one just as a single line, it doesn't recognize all this one we are making here. It's all these line breaks we're using. It doesn't recognize that. The browser doesn't recognize them. It does display them all. It just sees it as a single line. If you want to for it to appear this way, yeah, there's two ways. One way, we can just use the BR like we have seen on the previous video, BR break, and we save. If you reload the page, you will see now it takes effect, right? Now it takes effect. Now the other way you can do, if you want it to display the way you want it, let's say you can just take this off. We have this thing we call free. Free This pre means preserve. Now let's say Control S, or I here, save, come here to the browser again, reload, save. It displays the one just as we have it here. The reason why this, it just preserve this. This is a command in HTML that just preserve the way things are. This is how it will display it. We just preserve the original context, like the way you have it. That's the way it will display it on the browser. Just as we have it here. You see? So those are the two ways you can preserve or write things on a different line. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Stay blessed. Bye bye.